So all of these shells, how do they live? What is the energy powering up these shells? Well, the leader of these shells, Chaos, is being powered up by the Kongs themselves, by Donkey Kong and Diddy, who are being used almost as fuel inside Chaos's body. So in a sense also, both Kongs become one same body. There is a union between the young and the old again. It's interesting to note also that K. Rool mentions that Chaos was built out of his wife's pots and pans. So once again we have this invisible mother figure, the wife. The materials are the pots and pans of the wife. And also this theme of pots or cauldrons, or a witch's cauldron, or a fountain, something in which water is kept. All of these cases make me consider that the shells represent the physical body, the material body. So the shell Barnacle wants, the one he desires, has 5 ridges on it. And the lake where he lives has 5 little coves, like a rounded 5-pointed star. The 5-pointed star looks indeed like a human body with head, arms, and legs, and in the center lives the wise old man. The Banana Queen also wears a 5-pointed tiara as her crown. Now, Blue Bear's cabin has a calendar and a telescope. A telescope helps us look at the stars, and the stars are intimately related to the months of the year through the constellations. So, the day marked on his calendar, which I assume to be his birthday, is the 13th of January, since January is a month which has 31 days, incidentally the opposite number to 13, visually speaking. So the 13th of January is his birthday, and there are 13 bears. There is a Roman myth which could be interesting to note here. The myth of Janus, a god of time, depicted to have 2 faces, and whose name is conventionally thought to be the etymological origin of January. Now, January, the month, is in between the start of the year and the end of the year, in between the past and the future. This is what Janus represents, in a sense. One face is looking to the past, the other face is looking to the future. But both exist in the same body. Curiously enough, all 3 games start in almost the same way. In Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong skips his responsibilities and falls asleep instead of guarding the banana cave. In Donkey Kong Country 2, Donkey Kong sleeps away because after his success in Donkey Kong Country 1, he feels so victorious that he feels that he doesn't need to do anything else. He can just let go, and warns him that he should stay active in some way. And then the next day he is kidnapped. So almost in a sort of moral parable kind of way, that Donkey Kong shouldn't have been lazy. And in Donkey Kong Country 3, Diddy and Donkey Kong, again feeling successful from previous adventures, spend their days doing nothing, laying around, while Dixie goes about her day actively, and it is implied that she doesn't like being lazy. Now, once they finally do start exploring the forest is when they get kidnapped by Chaos. In all these cases, what brings about the trouble is laziness, lack of activity, letting one's willpower relax into an automatic, mechanical lifestyle. In this case, both old and young Kongs become one same mechanical body. In this case also, the title of the game, Double Trouble, could refer to this, and appropriately could be appropriately represented by the myth of Janus. Another Janus symbol in the game could be Razor Ridge, which has 2 lakes and 2 twin bears. This is where the giant barnacle boss, Barbos, lives, who incidentally, in the Game Boy Advance version, is an 8-tentacled octopus, Croctopus. Both bears live in mechanized cabins which need mending, and they need a wrench to mend their living spaces.